Hi, friends. It's Sadie the Story Lady. And today we're diving under the sea with a very unusual cat named Aqua Paws, a kitty who loves the water. Join me as we swim through coral reefs, dodge some snappy crabs, and find out what happens when Aqua Paws gets stuck in a plastic ring. Will a surprising new friend come to the rescue? Let's find out. Aqua Paws, written by Patricia Allieri, illustrated by Stella. Aqua Paws loved the water. He loved splashing, diving, and surfing. There was just one thing that he didn't love about the water: crabs. Their tiny claws scared him, and he was always afraid one was going to pinch him. "Ready?" Purplebeak called from across the beach. Aqua Paws jumped. Then he laughed to himself. "I thought you were a crab," he said. "Not me," Purplebeak said. "But we may find some down there." Aqua Paws looked out at the water nervously. "Come on," Purplebeak called. "You don't want to miss the flowers, do you?" Purplebeak handed Aqua Paws a collecting bag. "For any treasures you find down there," he said. "And any litter, of course. We've all got to do our part to keep the water clean." Aqua Paws couldn't wait to see what treasures he'd find. "Let's go," he cheered, his fear of crabs forgotten in his excitement to see the ocean's wonders. Soon the two were happily swimming underwater. Aqua Paws' eyes grew wide as he looked at the flowers gently waving in the current. He picked up a pearlescent shell and slipped it into his bag. He pointed excitedly at a school of fish passing by, then quickly darted back in surprise when they puffed up, their spines extending out toward him. Aqua Paws let out a laugh. He couldn't believe he'd been scared of fish. Aqua Paws spun around, taking in the wonders, and stopped dead in his tracks. Below him was a crab, a big crab. Aqua Paws started to back away. Maybe he could escape before the crab saw him. But as he edged backward, he realized that the crab wasn't even paying attention to him. It was just going on its way. Suddenly, Purplebeak held up his collecting bag. "I see something shiny way down there," he said. "I'm going to go check it out." Aqua Paws wished he could go with Purplebeak, but he couldn't hold his breath as long as his turtle friend could. That meant he'd have to stay here, all alone. Aqua Paws swam toward the seabed. Soon he had found a key, a metal button, and an aluminum can. Just then, Aqua Paws saw something on the seabed. It looked like plastic. Remembering what Purplebeak had said about litter, Aqua Paws reached into the seagrass to get it. Aqua Paws' foot snagged in the plastic and got stuck. He cast his eyes around frantically. He needed help, but he was all alone. Purplebeak was still diving for treasure. Then Aqua Paws saw it. The crab. It scuttled toward him, claws snapping. Aqua Paws flinched at the clicking of the crab's claws. He held his breath, trying to pull free, but he only got more tangled. The crab drew closer and closer until finally it reached out its claw. Snip! The crab had cut him free. Aqua Paws lunged for the shore. Throwing off his mask, he breathed deep gulps of air. "What was that?" Aqua Paws asked when Purplebeak joined him. "I couldn't get loose from it." Before Purplebeak could answer, the crab emerged from the waves. She scuttled across the beach and laid the soda can ring at Aqua Paws' feet. You saved me," Aqua Paws said. "Why would you do that?" The crab shrugged. "We all have to take care of each other and our oceans." And with a slow one-claw wave, she made her way back to the water. Aqua Paws sat for a long time thinking about the crab. Maybe he'd been wrong. Maybe crabs weren't so bad after all. You know, Aqua Paws said, I think I'm ready to get back out there. What do you say, Purple Beak? Purple Beak? Aqua Paws called. Where did you go? Across the sand, Purple Beak called out, Last one in is a rotten turtle egg. Aqua Paws grinned as he threw on his mask and fins. He couldn't wait to get back out there. Whew! I'm so glad Aqua Paws made it home safe and with a new crab friend, too. But just like in our story, animals in the real ocean can get hurt by trash, like plastic rings and bottles. We can all help keep our oceans clean and our sea friends safe by making sure our litter goes into the trash can or recycling bin. Thanks for swimming along with me today. Dive into more adventures by hitting the subscribe button below. See you next time. Bye.